My 27F husband, 28M, laughs at me every time I try to seduce him. I've been married to my husband for 4 years. Our relationship is pretty great except for the fact that he laughs at me every time I try to seduce him, and it makes me feel insecure, like an idiot. I've only started trying to seduce him for the last 2 months because he's been working non-stop, and the only time he doesn't is while we're having sex and immediately after. I've tried a few different things including wearing lingerie, touching him and talking dirty. Every single time he starts laughing, usually after he asks me what I'm doing and I tell him I want to have sex with him. Yesterday I thought I would try something different and gave him a surprise BJ, and even that made him laugh. I was so upset I started crying. He did apologize, but when I asked him why he was laughing he couldn't explain why and just kept saying he found me cute and he wouldn't do it again. I know he will because he says he won't every single time and then still laughs the next time. I don't get what I'm doing wrong or why he laughs, but it's making me feel insecure. What am I doing wrong here? Should I just stop trying, or is there a way to stop his laughter making me feel insecure? Too long did not read. My husband laughs whenever I try to seduce him and it's making me feel insecure. When I ask him why he does it, he can't explain but tells me he finds me cute. I suppose it's subjective, but sex is fun time and people can sometimes laugh and giggle during it. So it's possible that it's his involuntary expression of excitement. Perhaps he actually finds it cute in that way. But you'd probably know your husband better, if this is out of the ordinary or specifically addressed at your efforts. Is he laughing at you? Or like at the situation? Does he still have sex after he laughs? Benefit of the doubt here. Doesn't sound like he's not attractive to you. But maybe he's just not very kinky, and so this spontaneous stuff is a little awkward at first, so he laughs it off. Could also be chuckling about how lucky he is. Mother body shamed me, then I did it back. So me and my mother were arguing in the car. My mother is overly jealous and tends to always have negative to say about my relationship with my boyfriend. It has been going on for months and it really upsets me. Especially if it's not true. During that argument my mom slides in the argument talking about how skinny I am, when the argument wasn't even about my weight nor my body. It should have never been said by her. I then said it back on how fat she was as well, and now she's upset. Lol. I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. But my dad is now forcing me to apologize to my mother when she was the one who started it with me. My dad never holds anything she does accountable. He thinks it's okay for a parent to disrespect a child, but they want the child to not stand up for themselves. They just want to walk all over us. Update. I am back in my dorm, reading each and every one of your comments, and I find comfort in them. Thank you to everyone who responded to my statement. Heart. If this helps, I am 17, 18 in 2 more months, and I'm a freshman college student that lives on campus. As a fat person, you're not in the wrong. She made comments about your body, so you can made about hers too. My grandma keeps calling me and my sister fat, and I'm honestly finna start saying stuff back to her. Go off, smiling face. Parents get on my nerves, they are disrespectful. Ash. Sorry for whatever happened to you, but the horrendous lack of punctuation made this impossible to read. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Keep plenty of fat joke memes handy for when starts her bullshit again until you're able to go and see with your parents. Good luck with everything. I'm a personal fan of, doesn't matter who started it, don't fight fire with fire, it'll only get worse. Not necessarily saying you should apologize, but you can defend yourself without attacking. From what I've seen in my life, some people just look for conflict and will always try to start something, but if you just don't go for it ever, they'll stop. Not sure if that will help for the future, but those are my thoughts. My boyfriend of almost 8 years cheated on me 2 years in. My 27F boyfriend, 28M, just told me that he cheated on me when we had been dating for 2 years. I remember at the time feeling like he was distant and thought he might break up with me, but I never suspected cheating. Everything got better and our relationship has been stronger than ever. We lived together, had planned to get engaged soon, and we've just passed 8 years together. Before he told me, I would have said I've trusted him 100% the entire time we've been together. He told me he sent pictures back and forth with several girls on Snapchat and actually slept with one of them one time. After that happened, he deleted Snapchat and there has been nothing since. He recently started going to therapy for general anxiety and he brought it up during one of the sessions. I also recently had a friend whose boyfriend cheated on her, so cheating in general has just been discussed lately. He said he knew if he didn't tell me it would be all he could think about when proposing, getting married, etc. And he owed it to me to be completely honest before that happens, if I'll still have him. He's truly one of the most kind people I know, and this just came out of complete left field. I truly feel like we are both different people from when we first started dating, but I just don't know how to move forward from this. Now I feel like every memory I have from around that time is just false. I just feel so hurt and embarrassed. He said he will give me as much space as I need and will do anything I ask of him, including counseling. I just want some advice on how to move forward. I love him and I know he's not a bad person. I'm just really sad and don't know how to talk to him right now. Too long did not read. My boyfriend cheated on me 2 years into the relationship and just told me almost 6 years later. I'm really sad and hurt and don't know how to move forward. Would you have broken up with him if you knew he cheated 6 years ago? 6 years was enough time for you to find someone who genuinely respected you and wouldn't step out of your relationship. Honestly, he is disgusting for he did, and the fact that it took him 6 years of lying by omission for him to reveal this fact is honestly awful. However, ultimately it's up to you what you want to do. My ex waited 4 years to tell me he cheated on me when we were 6 months in. I tried to let it go, but trust me, I could not. All I could think was that he lied to my face for 4 years. I would have been more likely to forgive him if he told me much earlier. He only told you to ease his own conscience. That says enough. Girlfriend of 10 years, F27, cheated on me, M31, with her coworker. My relationship with my girlfriend of over 10 years came to an end on 8/23 after she admitted she had unprotected sex with a male coworker. We were introduced through a mutual friend, and from the very beginning it was as if we had everyone else beat. It seemed like we found what everyone else was looking for in a significant other without trying. She is introverted and beautiful with great parents, whom I love like my own. And I was a troubled kid with a broken family that compensated by surrounding myself with great friends. We coasted on compatibility with some tough spots in between, but we were happy for years. My best guess as to how this happened. We had moved into her parents' house over 3 months prior with the plan of paying off debt and buying a house together. Both of our leases ended, and this was the logical move. We have had difficulty the past few years transitioning from a very irresponsible socially charged lifestyle to a more sensible purpose-driven one. I broke up with her about 2 years ago because I felt as though she was not serious about growing up. We got back together after about 6 Malio. Now we had new jobs, working hard, making progress on debt and credit. We were also very unhappy at her parents' house. I admittedly became distant. She still wanted to go out and drink, oftentimes driving home drunk. She went out on the 21st to go have drinks with work friends. After drinks she went back to a recently single coworker's house where her car was parked. They had unprotected sex and she stayed there until morning. I spent that night calling because she hadn't come home with no heads up. She texted later that day lying about where she was. Realizing that there was something going on, I held off a conversation about that night until 2 days later. She tried half-truths while breaking down. I insisted until she was honest. Wish I never asked. Moved out that day. Never would have expected her to cheat. She knew this guy less than 6 Malio. She's not taking it well. I'm sure I'm rambling. Thoughts? Sorry for you. Sounds like she just won't grow up. You absolutely did the right thing. No thoughts. You did the right thing. Sorry you went through that. Perhaps it's a sign that you're due change. Sorry all the same. She has to live with her mistakes. You handled it well and with dignity. It will still hurt a lot, but the wound will heal because you have respect for yourself. She took the other guy well, even if she's not taking this well. Choices have consequences. No trust, no relationship. She's sad, boohoo. She wasn't sad sleeping with her coworker. What did she expect? She deserved what she got, and I'm glad you left her behind. Never look back. It took a conscious effort to drive there, stay overnight, having sexual relationship with him. Then lie about it. Till she get caught. She is not worth it. Move on.